Good afternoon, friends, and thank you for visiting me in my kitchen today. Today I'm making a classic comfort food, chicken dumplings, but I'm making them chicken dumpling casserole because it's quick, it's easy, it's delicious. My husband doesn't like chicken dumplings. It's very devastating to me, but he has leftover spaghetti from last night. He'll be fine. This is for me. So anyway, there are rules to this casserole. Normally when cooking, I'm like, rules, schmools, throw them out. Do what you want. But these rules you have to follow for this casserole. So, and if you hear some whining, my dogs are very interested in my pile of chicken, so I apologize. So in my 9 by 13 casserole, I have a half a stick of unsalted butter melted. Now you can use salted, it's not a big deal. Usually I only have salted butter, but I had some unsalted from some baking that I did. So if you use salted butter, just decrease the amount of salt that you put in your chicken. So here we have chicken. Now this is boneless skinless chicken breast that I had in my freezer and I thawed. I like to meal prep chicken ahead of time just for this purpose, to have on hand. By all means, you could go and get a rotisserie chicken, pick it off the bone. I do that a lot of times when I want to save time. And listen, a lot of times, you're gonna put that right on top of that butter. A lot of times those chicken are cheaper than buying a raw one and cooking it yourself, especially if you get it out of the non-hot section. If it's already cold, it's cheaper too. Chicken right on top of the butter. And you're probably hearing the cling clangs of the dogs because they, like I said, they're super excited about that chicken. Chicken on top of the butter. So there we go. That's probably about 3 or 4 breasts I've cooked. Now, I did not season my chicken when I cooked it. I leave it plain because I never know how I'm going to incorporate it into a recipe. So, I'm going to add some salt. Parker, no. I'm going to add some pepper. Use whatever seasonings you'd like, but definitely you want to use salt and pepper, and you'll definitely want to use a little bit of sage. Right on top of the chicken. Yummy, yummy. I like to add a little bit of parsley. Evidently my parsley's new. All right, well there we go, new parsley. Maybe this is a spare and I haven't transferred it into one of my spice jars yet. Okay, and then the parsley, and then I like a little celery salt. You can use it, you could not use it. Don't have it, it's not a big deal. This is just what I like. Right on top of the chicken. The next step is, oh heaven, sorry these dogs. I'm gonna move this off to the side. The next step is the biscuit or the dumpling layer. Now just a side note, if you would like to make this a chicken pot pie, add your frozen vegetables. I would heat them up a little bit so that they wouldn't be so watery, and add those frozen vegetables on top of your chicken. Be a great addition. I'm just gonna stick with the standard dumplings today. To my bowl, I've added 2 cups of Bisquick. My husband said, Bisquick's cheating to make biscuits. And I said, first of all, what do you know about making biscuits? Absolutely nothing. And second of all, it's not cheating because all it is a mix that has everything in it. Your baking soda, your baking powder, your oil, all that. So until he knows how to make a biscuit, he needs a good 2 cups of milk right into the Bisquick. I love keeping Bisquick on hand for, listen, you can make a biscuit with it, waffles, pancakes, everything. She's a multitasker. All right, we're gonna mix up the Bisquick and the milk. It's equal parts, 2 and 2. I'm gonna switch over to a fork because I want to get those lumps out of there and get that smooth. Guess I should have grabbed a whisk, but as usual, I never have all of my stuff together when I come to you and do a recipe. And maybe that's why you love me. Maybe that's why you hate me. I don't know. Okay. I always think listen, this takes a lot of preparedness. So I try to have everything together when I start with you guys. I don't always do. That's why I keep all of my utensils on hand really close. My mama growing up, my mama in Kentucky, she had her utensils in a big coffee can, and she kept them right there in her kitchen. All right, so the next step, now that I've got that mixed up, I'm gonna pour that right on top of this chicken. Don't stir, you don't mix, you just pour. Those are the rules. Hello, Brock.
Hello.
Brock just came in. Right on top of the chicken. Do not stir. Do not disturb. The next part is the last part. And that is 2 cups of chicken broth, 1 can of cream of chicken soup. I have my oven heating at 375. This takes a while to bake. It could take up to an hour, so I will let you know, just because you want everything to get cooked through. Next part is that 2 cups of chicken broth, 1 can of cream of chicken soup. I'm kind of flustered now because all the dogs are in and they're walking around. Okay, here we go. Pour it right on top. No mixing, no stirring. You may hear the beagle. She's a snorter. She just walked in. Okay. And there we go. She's ready for the oven. So I'll recap for you. A half stick of butter melted in the bottom of this 9x13 casserole. And then you add your boneless, skinless chicken breast on top, your seasonings, and then 2 cups of Bisquick, 2 cups of milk poured on top. And then your next layer is 2 cups of chicken broth and 1 can of cream of chicken soup. And there you have it, chicken dumpling casserole, 375 oven. And I'll be back to let you see the finished product. And now I'm gonna go wrangle these dogs up. Thanks for visiting Chris's Country Kitchen. And I'm back to show you the finished product, my absolute favorite of all time casseroles, the chicken dumpling casserole. It took 55 minutes at 375 in my oven. Every oven's different, so keep an eye on it. This is what you want it to look like. You want that crust to rise to the top and get golden brown. Brock took a hike literally, so we are gonna have this for supper tonight. But I'm gonna spoon out a little bit so you can see it. That soup and that broth and that Bisquick get together and do something magical. It gets thick, it gets creamy. It's absolutely amazing. Is it my Mamaw's dumplings? No. But did I have to stand over the stove and drop them in the liquid? No. I made this, threw it in the oven, went about my day, set a timer, folded some laundry. And maybe someone in your family doesn't like dumplings or never had dumplings. Make them this and see what they think. It's everything. Now, you can serve this with mashed potatoes. I like to serve it with vegetables, so I'm gonna make a big pot of green beans for me. I'm not gonna have any mashed potatoes with mine, just this and green beans, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Thanks for visiting my kitchen. I hope you try my absolute favorite chicken dumpling casserole. It's a winner chicken dinner.